Bonjour, everyone, and welcome to Paris. My name is Lena.
And I'm David. We're so excited to have you join us today for a special storytelling journey through the beautiful streets of Paris.
That's right. In today's story, we'll explore France's most iconic city, all while improving your English skills. Through storytelling, you'll learn new vocabulary, practice listening, and immerse yourself in the magic of language and culture.
Storytelling is one of the best ways to learn English because it's engaging and memorable. It helps you connect words and phrases to real life experiences. And what better way to learn than by traveling with us to Paris?
Imagine yourself walking along the Seine River, hearing the melodies of street musicians, and tasting fresh croissants at a quaint cafe. This isn't just a story, it's an immersive experience.
So, grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's dive into this adventure. By the end of this journey, you'll not only have explored Paris, but also picked up valuable English skills. Are you ready?
Let's go. Welcome to Paris, where every corner tells a story. Our journey begins at the Eiffel Tower.
Now that we've arrived in Paris, it's time to begin our adventure. Paris is a city full of life.
History and beauty, and there's no better way to experience it than by exploring its heart, the Seine River.
This famous river flows through the city, surrounded by some of Paris's most iconic sights. So, let's take a stroll along the Seine and discover its magic together.
As we begin our journey, let's take a peaceful stroll along the Seine River. Can you hear the soft sound of the water flowing? The river sparkles under the sunlight and small boats glide gently by.
On the banks of the Seine, artists are painting beautiful pictures of the city. You can smell fresh bread from a nearby bakery and hear the cheerful tunes of a street musician playing the accordion. It's like a scene from a dream.
To make this journey even more special, we'd like you to meet someone. This is Sophie. She's a friendly Parisian who knows all the best spots in the city.
Sophie loves to share stories about Paris. She says the Seine is like the heart of the city. Many of Paris's most famous landmarks are nearby. Look, there's Notre Dame Cathedral in the distance.
Have you ever seen Notre Dame in pictures or movies? It's even more amazing in real life. Its tall towers and detailed carvings are incredible.
Now, imagine sitting on a bench here, watching the boats and listening to the sounds of Paris. Have you ever visited a place like this before? Or do you dream of coming to Paris one day?
Let us know in the comments. And don't forget, Sophie will be guiding us to more exciting places next. Where do you think she'll take us next? Stay tuned.
After enjoying the peaceful sights and sounds of the Seine, it's time to explore some of Paris's hidden treasures.
Beyond the famous landmarks, Paris is filled with small, special places that tell their own unique stories.
Sophie, our guide, knows just where to take us. A charming bookstore and a cozy art gallery that show us the quieter, more magical side of the city. Let's go.
Now, let's explore a hidden gem in Paris. Sophie is taking us to a small bookstore called Shakespeare and Company. It's not just any bookstore. It's famous for its cozy rooms and old books.
As we step inside, the smell of paper and wood fills the air. The walls are lined with books from floor to ceiling. Sophie says, writers from all over the world come here. Some even stay upstairs and write their stories.
Yes, this bookstore is like a home for dreamers. Did you know that famous writers like Ernest Hemingway used to visit here? It's full of history and inspiration.
Look over there, a small reading corner with a soft chair and a lamp. Can you imagine sitting there, reading a book while the city hums outside? It feels magical.
Next, Sophie takes us to a tiny art gallery nearby. Inside, there are colorful paintings of Paris streets and the Eiffel Tower. Sophie explains, Paris is known as the city of art. Many great artists like Monet and Picasso lived here and found inspiration in its beauty.
Have you ever been to a bookstore or gallery like this? It's so different from big, busy places. These hidden spots feel special, like they're just for you.
Paris is full of surprises like this. Sophie says, if you take the time to look, you'll find treasures everywhere. What hidden gem would you love to discover in your own city?
Remember, exploring is about more than just seeing famous places. It's about finding small, special spots that make you feel connected to the world. So, next time you travel, or even in your own neighborhood, look for the hidden gems. You might be surprised by what you find.
Exploring hidden gems like the bookstore and art gallery has given us a taste of Paris's charm and creativity.
Now, it's time to experience another side of Parisian culture, its delicious food. Sophie is taking us to a cozy cafe where we'll enjoy a traditional Parisian meal.
Get ready to discover the flavors and aromas that make French cuisine so special.
Welcome to our next stop, an unforgettable Parisian feast. Imagine sitting at a small cafe, the scent of fresh bread and butter filling the air. The table is set with delicious French dishes, and the city buzzes softly around you.
Let's start with a classic. Croissants, warm, flaky, and buttery. They're perfect with a cup of coffee. Have you ever tried one? If not, you're missing out on a real treat.
Next, we have ratatouille, a dish made with fresh vegetables like tomatoes, zucchini, and eggplant. It's healthy, colorful, and full of flavor. Sophie tells us, in France, food is not just something you eat, it's something you enjoy slowly with friends and family.
Ah, and we can't forget creme brulee. It's a creamy dessert with a crispy caramel top. Breaking through that caramel with a spoon is so satisfying. It's like cracking a little treasure.
French food is full of surprises. Have you ever tried something new and loved it? Maybe a food you thought you wouldn't like? Trying new dishes can be a great adventure.
They say, you are what you eat. So, if you eat like the French, maybe you'll feel a little more Parisian. What's a food you'd love to try from France? Let us know.
Remember, food is a big part of culture. So, next time you see something new on the menu, be brave and give it a try. Who knows, you might discover your new favorite dish.
Paris is truly a food lover's paradise. And during our visit, we couldn't resist exploring some of the city's trendiest culinary hotspots.
For a memorable dining experience, we tried Le Servant in the 11th arrondissement.
Were there French-Asian fusion dishes, like the signature clams in a decadent broth, completely wowed us.
Over in Immerse, Septum lived up to its reputation with its Michelin-starred, ever-changing seasonal menu that felt like a work of art.
For a more relaxed vibe, Mochanuts was a delightful discovery. A tiny cafe blending Middle Eastern flavors with Parisian flair.
We still can't stop raving about their tahini cookies. And, of course, we wrapped up our food tour at Tapisserie, a hip wine bar in Saint-Germain-des-Prés,
where we savored natural wines paired with inventive small plates. These experiences proved to us that Paris's food scene is as innovative as it is timeless.
After enjoying the delicious flavors of a Parisian feast, it's clear that food is an important part of French culture. But our journey doesn't stop there.
As we reflect on everything we've experienced, from the beauty of the Seine to the hidden gems.
And the amazing cuisine, we see how much Paris has to offer.
Now it's time to say goodbye, but not before sharing some tips on how you can keep exploring and learning, even from home.
Our journey through Paris is coming to an end, but what an adventure it has been. We walked by the Seine, tasted delicious French food, and found hidden gems like the bookstore and art gallery.
Paris has shown us so much: its beauty, its culture, and its stories. Sophie says, when you explore new places, you don't just see them, you feel them. You learn something new about the world and about yourself.
Learning about other cultures, like French culture, is also a great way to improve your English. When you watch videos like this, you hear new words, practice listening, and understand how people talk.
You can practice by writing down new words from this video. Try using them in your own sentences. For example, I want to visit the Seine River, or I love eating croissants for breakfast. It's a fun way to learn.
And don't forget to keep exploring, even if it's from home. Watch more videos about Paris, read simple stories in English, or even find pictures of the Eiffel Tower and imagine you're there.
Now it's your turn. What was your favorite part of our journey? Was it the food, the art, or the history? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Thank you for joining us on this trip to Paris. Remember, learning English is like traveling. It's a journey full of discovery. So, keep practicing, stay curious, and maybe one day you'll visit Paris yourself.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep dreaming. Au revoir.
And for more adventures and English lessons, don't forget to subscribe to our channel or check out our other videos.
English fluency is an exciting journey, much like exploring a new city. Imagine walking through the streets of Paris, enjoying its sights, sounds, and flavors, all while improving your English. As you follow along in this story, you'll learn about Paris and discover how to speak English with confidence and fluency. Picture yourself listening to the sounds of the city. The gentle flow of the Seine River, the melodies of street musicians, and the lively chatter of locals. Listening is a key part of mastering any language. Just like when you pay attention to these sounds in the story, listening carefully to English speakers helps you understand better. By noticing how people speak, you'll pick up new words and phrases that bring you closer to fluency. As you walk through Paris with me, you'll encounter words like croissants, Notre, Dame, and Seine River. Each one teaches you something new. Building your vocabulary is a big step toward fluency. Start by learning a few new words daily, just as you'd learn about different places in Paris. Write them down in a notebook and try using them in sentences. In the story, locals use simple phrases like salute, hello, moi, and CS trop top. It's amazing. These are easy phrases to include in everyday conversations. To practice your English, try simple phrases like how are you or what's your name. With time and practice, they will feel natural, just like strolling through the beautiful streets of Paris. When we explore Paris, we immerse ourselves in the beauty of the city, the sparkling Seine, the charming streets, and the vibrant atmosphere. In the same way, You can immerse yourself in English to improve your skills. Surround yourself with the language by watching English movies, listening to English music, or reading simple books. The more you expose yourself to English, the more natural and familiar it will feel. Like Paris, English is full of amazing surprises waiting to be discovered. Another important step in mastering English is speaking with confidence. The more you speak, the better you'll get. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are part of the learning process. In the story, we meet Sophie, a friendly Parisian who helps us explore her city. By speaking with her, we practice our English and gain confidence. You can do the same by finding someone to practice with, whether it's a friend, a family member, or even a language partner, online. Each conversation will make you more comfortable and self-assured. Storytelling is another powerful way to learn a language. As we walk through Paris, I share stories with you using simple words and phrases to describe what we see. Storytelling connects words to real-life experiences, making them easier to remember. You can try this too. Tell your own stories in English. Talk about your day, your favorite place, or even your dreams. This fun and creative practice will help you build your vocabulary and speaking skills in a meaningful way. Language and culture are deeply interconnected. Just as Paris is rich with history, art, and mouth-watering cuisine, the English language has its own culture, complete with unique expressions and traditions. In this story, we delve into various facets of Parisian life, such as savoring croissants or browsing a quaint bookstore. Similarly, when learning a new language, it's essential to understand the culture that accompanies it. Doing so allows you to use the language more naturally and with greater confidence. To keep practicing and exploring, our journey through Paris has come to an end, but your adventure with the English language is just beginning. The secret to mastering fluency lies in consistent practice. Much like discovering new corners of Paris, you should continually explore the English language. Dive into books, watch engaging shows, and have conversations in English whenever possible. The more you practice, the closer you'll come to achieving fluency. So, keep pushing forward, keep learning, and who knows? One day, you might find yourself speaking English as effortlessly as a Parisian enjoys their morning cafe. To learning from everyday situations. In Paris, even simple moments, like ordering coffee or striking up a conversation with a local, can be full of learning opportunities. The same principle applies when practicing English. Try engaging in everyday activities like asking for directions, making a purchase, or introducing yourself in English. These small but meaningful actions build your confidence and steadily improve your fluency over time. Practice makes perfect. Learning English is much like strolling through the streets of Paris. At first, those steps might feel hesitant or even difficult, but with persistence, the journey becomes smoother and more enjoyable. Just as we took in the sights and sounds of Paris, little by little, improving your English requires consistent practice. Dedicate a small part of your day to speaking, writing, or listening to English. Each moment of effort adds up, moving you closer to fluency and confidence. Finding joy in learning. As we explored Paris together, we discovered joy in the little things. The aroma of freshly baked bread, the vivid hues in an art gallery, or Sophie's captivating stories. Learning English can hold the same magic. Focus on what you love, whether it's watching your favorite shows in English, playing word games, or singing along to songs. When learning becomes fun and fulfilling, it feels less like work and more like an adventure, making every step along the way more rewarding. Overcoming challenges. During our Parisian adventure, we encountered moments of confusion, from getting lost in unfamiliar streets to unexpected surprises. Yet those very challenges led us to uncover even more incredible experiences. Learning English can sometimes feel the same, confusing and frustrating when you don't grasp something right away. But remember, mistakes are part of the process. Each hurdle you overcome makes you stronger and more prepared for the next step. Keep going, knowing that every challenge is a stepping stone to success. The power of repetition. As we explored Paris, familiar sights like the Eiffel Tower kept appearing, offering new perspectives each time. These repetitions help those moments stick in our memory. Learning English works the same way. Repeating new words and phrases is crucial for them to become a natural part of your vocabulary. Practice speaking them out loud. Write them in sentences and revisit them often. With repetition, your understanding deepens and fluency becomes more attainable. Building your confidence. Do you remember Sophie's confidence when she shared her favorite spots in Paris? That self-assuredness made her stories more engaging and enjoyable. Confidence plays a key role in mastering English as well. Even if you feel unsure, speak with enthusiasm and a smile. Your positive attitude will not only encourage you, but also create a welcoming response from others. The more you practice, the more your confidence will grow, making each conversation feel easier and more rewarding. Connecting with others. During our time in Paris, some of our most memorable moments came from connecting with locals and forming new friendships. Similarly, learning English isn't just about grammar and vocabulary. It's about building relationships. Join language groups, engage with classmates, or participate in online conversations with English speakers. These interactions not only make learning more enjoyable, but also give you valuable real-world practice. By connecting with others, you'll gain insights into how English is used in diverse settings and create meaningful memories along the way. Celebrating your progress. Every little victory in Paris felt special. Whether it was finding a hidden cafe, learning a fascinating detail about the city, or savoring a delicious dish, your journey with English deserves the same sense of celebration. Did you learn a new word? Try using it in a sentence. Did you catch the meaning of a line in an English song or movie? That's incredible. Acknowledging these achievements, no matter how small, fuels your motivation and keeps you moving forward with joy and confidence. Dreaming big. Just as dreaming of Paris inspired us to explore its beauty, you can dream about the doors English fluency might open for you. Maybe it's forming friendships across cultures, traveling to English. Maybe it's forming friendships across cultures, traveling to English. or excelling in your studies or career. Each new word you learn and every conversation you attempt brings you closer to turning those dreams into reality. Keep imagining the possibilities. Keep imagining the possibilities. Keep striving, and step by step, you'll achieve the future you envision.